Hi everyone, welcome to the Xoro commission video tutorial. We're going to go through in this quick video how to set up some basic commission rules. So the commission module, if you've subscribed to it, is quite an advanced module in the system. It lets you build commission rules, and then based on those commission rules you can generate commission reports that will basically tell you how much commission you owe to your reps. So we're going to build a very basic commission rule here just to get you comfortable with the module. So the way to do that is go to your commission rule module here, and I'm going to call this the 10% rule. And so you will give the rule a name here. We'll make sure it's active. You want to select the currency the revenue is in. So if the invoice revenue is in USD or CAD, just select that. We're going to give 10% commission on this rule. You can give a dollar amount too. And then you can give 10% on selling price. So the selling price that was the item was sold on in the invoice, or the gross profit of the invoice, whatever you prefer. And then what we'll do is we can give it a cap. So if we wanted to, we can give a cap to the amount of commission. So that can be a dollar amount, or you can even make it a percentage. You can make that cap a percentage of the selling price. We'll leave the cap blank because it's optional. You can also give this rule a priority in case you have clashing rules. That's typically in more advanced scenarios if you have a lot of rules set up. And then you can basically capture commission on payment. So this is invoices that are paid, or just invoices that have been generated. So sale just means whether they're paid or not, doesn't matter. It's just the invoice amount. But payment is strictly if a invoice is fully paid. So we'll go on the sale here just to keep things simple. I can inherit a parent rule on a commission on this commission rule if I wanted to. Again, that's a bit of an advanced feature. So basically, if you want to inherit rules that are part of a parent rule, you can do that here. I can add conditions, so this is probably the most important thing. So what criteria is this 10% commission going to be given on? So what I'll do is I'll add a condition, and you can see here there's plenty of things to choose from. So you can add a condition based on the item SKU, the item type, the item brand. You can make the brand, you can add all sorts of rules here. I can say if a brand contains, brand X, give it 10% commission if anybody sells an item that's brand X, right? Or I can do something like give 10% commission if the discount percentage falls between 5 and or say discount percentage falls between 5 and 15% of standard unit price. I can say something like that, right? Additionally, let's keep things very simple here. What we'll do is we'll give a 10% commission if the sales rep is equal to, and I'm going to put in a user ID of my sales reps here. So if Jazz makes a sale here, or if Ken makes a sale here. I've used this pipe parameter here to indicate or. So basically what this rule now is stating, let me just save it here. Click OK. So what this rule is saying is if there's an invoice, whether it's paid or not, and the rep is either of these two reps, give them 10% commission on the selling price for that item. And you can add offsite criteria too, so you can basically say, okay, if the rep is, for example, if the rep is Jazz, I can say something like, or Ken, for example, I can say, well, reduce the commission by 1% or something like that, right? So I'm free to make offset criteria as well to the commission. Now what we can do is once we've got our rules set up, we can go to the run commission module. And what I can do is I can basically run a commission report based on those rules in a date window. So what I'll do is maybe I'll run it for March. So let's do March 1st to March 31st, and I'll call it March 2018 commission. I'll run the report. Once that's finished, let's go to the Commission Report Center. We'll see our report that's been generated. I can double click it. And I can see the commissions here that were captured by the reps. So you can see the 10% commission here that was on Jazz, and the 10% that was on Ken, but then it was reduced by 1% as well. So that's something to keep in mind here as well. You can drill down further and see exactly how that commission came to be, all the invoices and so forth. So that's the basic way how to set up commission rules and how to run commission reports in your Xoro system.